Hello there. This is different amalgamations of the different characters. I'd say Sk8erNovice91, also AyoSoftBETA, AlternativeChad, and this very constituted perspective video. I'll be talking about different stuff regarding each of these perspectives that I have in my channel-wise. It's a rather different point of view in a sense. Always in morality, we need to judge the sense of good, right? We never claim to see different types of good that actually exist. Well, they might. Who knows? But what I figured out is that as you figure more of that out, you kind of have a broader sense of the world, much more strict though, because it gets a little strict when you're. It's not that you're more or less aware. It's just it's like a habitat in a way, but it's not like a something. It's hard to explain, but on Sk8erNovice's part, Sk8erNovice91, I'll be talking about how to stay yourself for a long ass time and to be quite different in a sense where you don't have to focus on being like another person, but on the other side of AlternativeChad, I would like to say that you have to really live in multiplicity in a way, but not the same multiplicity you think. What comes from desire mostly. It's a more grounded version of it, and it's hard to put it into words, but everywhere you go, you're like a different person, sort of. So that's how it is. Yeah. On the part of AyoSoftBETA, I realized that I did lose a lot yesterday. I lost a big part of myself, but my mind kept on going back to the idea of a beta male for some reason. But I don't see it the same way other people see it. I don't see it as a dominance hierarchy or a submissive hierarchy or like a in-between hierarchy. I don't believe in that. So the complexity of this is that we have different states of mind, and I would say the usual state of mind would be kind of like the alpha state, not revolving around.
Are you talking to yourself?
No, I'm watching a video. Oh. I'm recording a video. Yeah. Oh. So this perspective quite lets you see through the illusion of beta male and the illusion of alpha male, but sometimes when you get cut off from a big type of energy, not big or small, but achieving a different type of higher vibrational frequency that's not the same as what others think, it's rather different. This vibrational frequency doesn't work on up, down, left, right, or any of those. It's like a different perception, right? I'm not going to talk about it too much, but it's very necessary to take your time, and you're never ready, or you will never be ready. No, never. So you have to kind of create a preserved perception where you stay where you're at without letting your thoughts bombard you and trying to tell you what you should do or what you should not do, but focus on a little bit of nature and different senses. You know, the sense of self and nature can change over time, but okay, all the way back to Sk8erNovice is that talked about recently, back then, like a month ago, I think, about relationship dysphoria, and the idea of relationship dysphoria is that that just like gender dysphoria is that you're never really know what you are, what you have, what place you set up yourself in the world, and this dysphoria goes in different perceptions more and more, but hidden ideas that I found even more than the typical dysphoria, but that either relationship or gender can have. But yeah, once figuring out this how relationships work and how you can see rather than in different non-dual perceptions. That's what non-binary kind of is like. It's like non-dual, as well as I call it non-trio, which is a different perspective. Well, you see most of the selves, and you're able to find out what next perception you can be. Obviously, gender dysphoria is a real thing. Nobody really talks about it, but other than that, I go much more into the AlternativeChad perspective when I talk about relationships and the suitable growth of it. It's not technically half-half, but it is kind of like chaotic. It's only chaotic when you don't understand how things work, and it's not quite mechanical at all. but you can get pulled into a sort of mechanical perception. You have to be like more like free, a little bit animalistic, a little bit robotic in a sense, but not in a way you absolutely think. More of the authentic, genuine stuff, but you most people, even me, don't deserve it because you didn't earn it. You just focused on an ideal and try to imitate it. No matter what you do, you can't really reach it. You'll only reach aspects of it. That's why you cannot achieve any word that you say or what you do, because every time you try to reach it, you will not get even close to it. That's the idea of, that's what changes when you see a difference of perspective, an alternative mentality, where you're able to generally see how things work differently and have more of a closer connection with authenticity, actualization, and genuineness. But still, it's not worth it. It doesn't feel worth it at all, because it has this juxtaposition of how you would view stuff, right? So for AyoSoftBETA, I want to focus on alternative mindset, where you don't have to, it's kind of like in the idea of genuineness, where you don't have to focus on your former mentality, the strongest part. You have to, like, in a sense, get more timid, get a little bit more vulnerable in a different way, and handle your anxiety in a different way, and grow where you really wanted to grow, but realize that it's not exactly what you wanted. It's just something that brought yourself to, and no matter what you do achieve the things you want over time, but it's rather different, right? I talk in a different way. I don't know if I'm going to upload this, but obviously I'm going to keep this stable and focus on nature a little bit, because when I do focus on nature, I'm able to see, I wouldn't say the bigger picture or the smaller picture or any of that, but back in the day it used to be really difficult to think like this. When I compare myself to my previous self, it's rather scary, but scary both ways, I guess. But just like Infinite Water says, we're out here in nature, baby. Slow-mo on the side. Ooh. Stuff like that, you know? I used to watch him all the time. I don't agree with everything he said, but I realize that I do agree with some New Age philosophy, and I do agree with other people, my friends and stuff, but I have to say there is other things rather than betterment you can focus on. You don't have to focus on being better all the time and being the greatest and stuff, because there's something that you can achieve in a different way, step by step, and even the smaller steps, and you feel that smaller steps, and the little things you do help you change your day. I'm not saying this from my point of view. I'm going to be honest, I'm a lazy fuck. I don't really do much. Sometimes I go to the gym, sometimes I do stuff, but I'm able to have a very strong frontier in my mind, even though I run into issues sometimes, but we all do. But we shouldn't. You can overcompensate if you want, you can put on an act if you want, but I don't know if it's like, there's so much more to discover when you don't focus on positive, negative, or the general sense of attraction or detraction and stuff. So anyways, from all of that, from all these three perspectives, I generally think that on I don't know which one works the greatest or the best, because I don't really believe that. I put these perspectives together to try to create an amalgamation of perspectives so people will be able to watch it more. But yeah, I'll tell you what I did today. I basically woke up, and I didn't sleep until like 8, because I was going to wake up at 7 and go with my dad to do something. Later on, after that, my dad came back and we went somewhere to eat on a Hispanic restaurant, a Mexican restaurant, and I had some carne asada tacos, and then drove around different hotels and stuff for my dad to make a conference thing for a day, and then he dropped off his friend, and then we went to pick up my sister, and then we're here at our grandma's house, and yeah, it feels really cool when you're able to travel and go to new places and discover. It really gives a sense of awe and the splendid nature to things. Now, yeah, it's just how it is, you know. But it's how it works. Don't forget that technology follows you everywhere, so you can never lose it, and nothing can just turn off every device, like in the day the Earth stood still kind of thing. Like, we can have. It's not about technologically advancing stuff or decentralizing or like going into retro position or like a like going back to old stuff, but I generally think that I need some old stuff in my life, an old computer, an old phone, just to be a different type of humbleness. Don't be too humble to the point where you feel as if higher powers can control you, but be in a certain area where you can believe there's no exact higher power or lower power, no exact nature to that. But anyways, thank you for watching all these perspectives, and keep in touch.